Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show Live, American Travel Bureau. Well, hello. This is Cindy Lee, your host over at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you subscribe, comment, and share this very video from YouTube to Facebook or LinkedIn, I'll gift you a 5-night hotel stay. So what is Bucket List Coach Web Show Live? It's all about making the dash. So we have the day that we're born and the day we pass away. What are you doing living that dash? So we are here today, gone tomorrow. Go out there and live out that dash. And we're going to be talking about some amazing dash vacations. And I have my friend Scott, American Travel Bureau. How are you?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. So let's talk about this cruise we got going on.
Yeah, this is exciting. We've been working on it. We actually got a cruise going on Carnival in April, and Cindy's kind of taken over, and we're kind of excited. We have a lot of things going on, and we're getting a lot of interest in it.
So let's go to the page here and just play this video. What? Okay, so our cruise is taking place the 22nd through the 29th of April, and actually we've had to up our deposits. So here's the deposit amounts. So if you want to stay in a inside cabin, that is $1581.54. So that is the cost of 2 people in the cabin, port fees, taxes, and gratuities out the door. So for 2 people in the inside cabin is $790.77. If you want a balcony, it's $2211.54. So you would just split that in half. Again, that is for the cost of the cabin, port fees and taxes, and gratuities. So you can hold your cabin for $25 a person, $50 per cabin, by Monday, and then by the 5th of November, $450. So the key is to put in your full 500. A lot of the balconies are actually getting sold out. I actually talked to Carnival this morning, and a lot of the midship insides are going to be going pretty quickly as well. As we go into the holiday, a lot of people are thinking more travel for the new year. So some of the things we're going to be doing. Let's go to our podcast here. Let's see. Do you see the... Oh, I don't put the link yet. So it is leaving from Long Beach, and then we have the itinerary here. Let me see. So we have Long Beach, we have Port of Vallarta, Mazatlan, and we also have Cabo. So actually, on the 27th of April is National Prime Rib Day. So we're going to be celebrating that. It is also National Brunch Month for the month of April. So when we're at Sea Days, I believe we have 3 Sea Days, we're going to be posting all these different food items that you need to try for your brunch bucket list for Carnival. Also, it's Guitar Month for the month of April. So we're going to be celebrating Sammy Hagar style, baby. Cabo Wabo. And also in the city of Cabo, we're going to be at the marina at this place called Sancho's. It's the home of the Pink Taco. So we're there for a short time in Cabo. I believe the ship leaves at 3:00. And then we have Port of Vallarta. We're going to go to this amazing beach and spend a little time at the beach. And we're also going to be doing a food tour for those who want it. And also for Cabo, if you've never been to Cabo, we'll be doing an arts tour. And then for Mazatlan, we're just going to make a chill day of relaxation. So we're just going to hang out. It's about 25 minutes from the port. And we're going to hang out at Joe's Oyster Bar. It's definitely something for your bucket list if you've never been to Mazatlan. What would you like to add?
Those are all sounds good. That's exciting to do. And when you hang out, there's lots of stuff to go and do on your own. You can run to the beach and you can just sit there and relax. You can go find a local tour guide and take a tour of the city. I'm talking about the Matsulan Day. And then also, I love to go scuba diving. So you can go find a local dive shop and go do some scuba diving. So that's always good. The Mexican Riviera is really good. Right now, I'm hoping it stays up, but right now our dollar is really good against the Mexican peso, and so you can get a lot of bang for your buck as you're going on these cruises and going out and enjoying your time down there.
And yes, if you are an agent of American Travel Bureau, you could reach out to either Scott or myself, and you could actually book into the group. So we'll have some more information about that later. You could just either email us or contact us. So let's talk a little bit about American Travel Bureau and those of our friends who travel at least once or twice a year. Let's talk about the value of being an agent with American Travel Bureau. Not to be a full-time agent, but to use it for your own conventions, your own travel, your retreats. Let's talk about how valuable that is.
Yeah. So that's the amazing thing about American Travel Bureau. If you want a part-time job or you just love to travel, American Travel Bureau allows you to come in and sign up and become an independent travel agent. We call them ITAs, so independent travel agent. And you become as a travel agent, you get certain perks that travel agents get. First of all, you will get access to all of our online training. We have some online training and general training that we provide, but each of our vendors provides a lot of training. Each cruise line has their own back webinar university, online university. And so we have like Royal Caribbean and Princess and Carnival. And then also, not only that, we have our all-inclusive ones that have that's our actual web page. And here's all the vendors that we have. But as you do the all-inclusive ones, you can actually go in and they do an online university too, where you can go in and learn about all-inclusives. And then we work with Marriott hotels, and they have a hotel of excellence where you can go in and do that. The exciting thing about that, first of all, as a travel agent, you get to go in and learn about it. So if you wanted to know about a place or know something, you can go in and you learn all about it. But most of these universities that they have on these travel sites will offer you some kind of a perk when you finish your training. We have some that will offer you a free cruise, some will offer you free stays at their resorts, and we have, those are just great. Hotel of Excellence offers you a really discounted price on Marriotts around the world. Part of these vendors is that, as a travel agent, these vendors really want to get you trained on what their brand is, who they are, and how they sell and what they're doing. And so they want you to learn all of that on the online experience. But the second part of that, which is exciting for travel agents, is they want you to experience the travel as well. So you can come back and you can tell your travel agents, I've been there, I've done that, and I'm excited to show you this trip and for you to go there. So you can show some emotion, and then you can also set expectations. So these vendors will often have what we call familiarization trips, and we call them FAMs. And these FAMs, basically, the familiarization trips, is where these vendors will let you go on and experience their product. And when you experience their product, it's pretty much like they will give you a seminar at sea. So you'll get either a free or a real highly reduced cruise, and they will take you on there and show you around the ship and show you its features. I particularly love that. If you've ever been on a cruise, they have cruise days or days at sea, and on those cruise days or days at sea, they will do something to train you. So they'll train you about the ship or show you a particular part. I love going to the captain's lounge, see how he navigates the ship.
Yeah.
I've gone to the galley and saw that, and it's just great. So you learn how to do it, and you can get your own travel. We have one of our travel agents that's so good at it. I think she's been on only 4 weeks this year. So she's been to like 15 different countries this year because she gets all these skills and works with all the different accreditations. And so if you're a travel agent and you want to work with these accreditations, there's always a deal in hand. The other thing about being a travel agent is most of these vendors, besides these familiarization, they allow you to have a travel agent discount rate when you go for yourself, and you can go there and get things at a lot cheaper rate, or, and a discount for your own travel, and because they want the agents to travel, and they want you to be knowledgeable about the product that you're selling. And then the other great thing is you can make money at it. So you become a travel agent. You can, when you actually sell other people, you actually make commissions, and you can make good commissions. We have several people in our company that are travel agents, and they are they're in the six figures marks every year, and they're doing really well and traveling all the time. So it can be a full time career. The other thing about the way ATB does it, though, is we don't force you to come in and put in the hours. It's all on your own. So basically, you are your own boss. You can decide your own hours, your own time limits, and how much time you want to. We have some that put in maybe an hour or two a week, and we have others that this is their full time job. This is what they do, and they're out there trying to sell travel. So those are just some of the great perks of being a travel agent. Plus, you become a part of a great family, and you get to know a lot of people in the travel industry.
So I'm going to talk about some benefits. So American Travel Bureau literally is one of the only agencies on the planet that offer net pricing. So one of our suppliers is called Vax Vacation Access, and it's a big supplier umbrella, and then we have several under. And so one of my favorites actually, and I've been using FunJet since the early 90s, since before I even heard of American Travel Bureau. And what's really great about Vax Vacation Access, say for instance, you take a trip to Cabo, let's say, and it's a $2,000 trip and it's a $300 commission. You could actually subtract that $300 at your final payment. So instead of waiting for a check a few weeks later, you can do the net pricing. You could also be a travel agent with Expedia. You could be a travel agent with Viator. And Viator is the largest excursion company, and we are partnered with TripAdvisor. The list goes on and on. Virgin, Royal Caribbean. I mean, any cruise line that you think of. And the thing with our agency or any travel agent that you work with, we get the same exact price that you find on the cruise ship website. So a lot of times you may find something really cheap and you're wondering like, why is this so cheap? It's because you are listed at the very bottom, say like the sixth deck versus the eighth deck, and you're at the front of the ship. So all that, it plays a factor on, what you're paying for your cruises. And we have John Smith. How are you?
We have something of John Smith. John, can you hear us? He's on mute. There he is. He's in his car. I recognize the car now.
Oh, okay. There he is. Oh, can you hear us? Well, I'll just continue on until he chimes in. So one of the other topics I'm talking about today is being a part of a host agency. So that's a host travel agency versus a MLM travel agency. And actually with our company, we offer a 75% commission. So whatever your full commission is, 75% of that is what you get. A lot of agencies, I've done so much research over the years before I joined ATB, and a lot of them are around 70%. So we're at the highest on commission. So can you kind of go into that a little bit, Scott, the host agency versus a MLM travel agency?
Well, so a host agency basically is a travel agency that allows you to be, I said, you're an independent travel agent. So you can say that you're part of the American travel brand. Another thing that we allow you to do too is we allow you to start your own business and with your own DBA or your own corporation and sell travel for yourself. And then basically we just supply you, we give you the supply and the link to the vendors. We give you our ARC number so that you and our ARC number so you can actually book travel. We also provide E&O insurance for all of our travel agents for massive errors and fraud in case something goes wrong, that we can protect our travel agents. And so a lot of those things, if you were going to try to start your own agency, would be a lot of work and a lot of trouble to go through and do it. To get your ARC, you do have to pass the test. You have to become and to get the insurance, you have to put in so much in bonds, and we're providing all of that. Not only that, but we are associated with almost every establishment that we can be. We're master CLIA members, so CLIA
Mhm.
is the Cruise Line Industry Association, and so if you want to do cruise lines, we're associated with CLIA, and you can get certified as a CLIA member. We're also certified with ASTA and several other ones. You can see on the bottom of our site all of the different ones that we are associated with. And being so, being that we are associated with so much, we are recognized in the industry, and our credentials are real. They're not the fake ones by the fly by nights. We've had other ones that you can start one and they can do certificates, but you don't actually, they're not accredited. They don't. When it comes to any kind of problems, they don't have the backing to try to make it right with the industry. I said John's gone to bat and has been taken part in several of the different organizations that support the travel industry. Matter of fact, John's gone to Congress and worked with government to try to make things better especially with the COVID and all the shutdowns of the ships. We've been hand in hand working to try to make things better for the ships. John, are you with us now? I can't hear you.
Oh, he's driving. Did you see the testimony we have down below?
Yeah, I took a cruise recently and got a check from ATB from the cruise. It was wonderful. I got paid for something that I was going to do anyway. So basically, you get the commissions and you can on the things that you're doing. And like I said, so you can go and get your money, or you can book it net, like you said. And basically, all that net is the cruise without your commission. So you can either take your commissions on your own cruise or take a discounted rate, or you can book it net, and that's minus the commission. So it's minus your. We have commission rates of 10 to 15%, 18% on all of our vendors. So it's like getting a 10 to 15% discount on your cruise or whatever you're doing for your personal travel, guaranteed all the time.
Well, let's talk about. I won't be able to do it because I'm going to be gone in April on my cruise. But let's talk about the cruise360.org convention. So we have that in Fort Lauderdale, I believe, and then Lorna and I and Bernie and a few others are going to be going out to Las Vegas. I believe it's in March, and there's another convention there as well. Lorna, if you're still on here, if you could chime in and tell us what convention that is. So that's going to be pretty amazing for next year to be a part of that. And then also our company is going to be offering a convention as well. So do you guys have any details on our convention yet, or that's still kind of up in the air until later?
That's up in the air. John's been working on a convention place and time just due to some restrictions in our schedule. So
yeah, okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, there's like I said, each one of those groups. You said we are a conglomerate of we join with other agencies, and we are part of a consortium called Ensemble. So we've grouped together so that we can get the best pricing and the best contracts with a lot of our vendors. So they actually combines our volume with other volume, which allows us to, like I said, get better prices and better commissions, and also add what they call amenities. Now, amenities are something that are in the travel industry where they're extras that you can add on. So an amenity would be if you want to give somebody a drink package, or if you want to give them a bottle of champagne, or if you're doing a group, you can have a host by the captain, a captain's party with the host, or you
Yeah.
can do it on different excursions. And the ships and the groups are really another interesting thing, because if you have a church group, or we call them affinity groups. So my cousin, she has a quilting group that she gets together once every month, and they go quilt for 2 or 3 days. And once a year, they've gone on these quilting cruises, right? So they give them a conference room and they allow them to go down and talk about all the quilting stuff on the ship.
Wow, how fun. Yeah, well, we're going to get robes. If everybody who's
Mhm.
listening who's going, we're getting robes, champagne, and chocolate strawberry.
So those are all amenities that you get extra from booking groups, and you can do it special for all of your guests, and that's because of our contracts that we have.
So
So
Lorna says it's the Las Vegas Travel Agent Forum. That's the one
yeah.
that's coming up in the early year. Yeah, I think February, March.
So
So
the Las Vegas Travel Forum is a good one where they bring in all the travels. A lot of cities have their own travel agent forums. And then another thing that happens is, like I said, ASTA has a forum, and this 360 cruise, the Cruise 360, that's one where all the cruise lines, and they specialize in training you about all the ships, and they kind of come together and you can do comparisons. And they,
I might still go to that. I could go for a couple days because it starts a few days before my cruise, but I could just go for a couple days and try it out. Yeah, because I've been hearing from a lot of people that's a pretty amazing conference.
yeah, each one of those conferences too, you learn so much about it. But as you do it and meet the vendors and get to know them personally, that's one of the other things about our travel agency, especially with John, has been in there so long. He is friends, and we know on first name basis as the presidents and leadership and sales leaders of almost a lot of the different cruise agencies and a lot of the different cruise lines and people in the cruise industry. So we have a personal connection, and it's helped us once in a while. We can reach out and we can find the inside scoop on a lot of things that are going on, and we have several good first name basis with the BDMs. We actually have a Zoom meeting once a week where we have a lot of the vendors come on. Different vendors come on every week and tell us what they're doing and what's up, and even special deals.
Yeah, and I'm actually connecting with a lot of BDMs that are going to be coming on my podcast. I got Norwegian Cruise Lines, I think Celebrity. Trying to think which other ones. Several different land vacation suppliers as well. They're going to come on and talk about what they're doing.
Okay, good. That will be really good. That's fun. But another thing that's fun about all these conventions and stuff, there is always discounts and free travel and free things that they giveaways and opportunities to go travel and be a part of things all the time. So,
Definitely. He just got home.
yep, John just got home. I can't hear him yet. He's on mute still.
Yeah, why don't you walk through your tequila, your tequila room?
Yeah.
What does he have? 40 different tequilas? I forget. There's quite a assortment.
Yes, he does.
About 29.
How much?
About 29 different kinds.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, I just got home from the dock all day, but yeah, I heard you talking about the conference, and we will. The only reason why we're not doing anything this year.
Oh, he just switched to the internet, so he's going from his cell phone to his house wireless.
Yeah, there he is.
So that's why we're not doing one, and I'm going to have. I got a surgery on the end of this month that's going to lay me up for a couple months, and then I'll be in good shape to do it next year. So we're gonna skip. This will be the second year, and then we'll go again. Our last one we had at Cancun had a couple hundred people, and then of course we had the dance and all that stuff. So, but anyway, part of my tequila collection. I don't know if you can see.
Wow, look at that, Lorna and Bernie, if you're watching. Okay.
That's part, and of course, the rest of it is here.
Wow.
And the bar. So that's what we have here. But anyways, we will be doing one next year, probably September, October next year, and we'll pull it off big. And of course, we kick it off with what we call a boot camp travel agent training, and that's a big deal because everybody likes that. Everybody gets just like they're in combat fatigues, learning boot camp all over again, travel. And it's all taught by agents and not by the staff. And it's a lot of fun. It's probably the biggest event that people love to attend, and they really get trained. And of course, we have all the vendors there. We'll have tons of vendors. There's just tons of stuff that are given away at the conferences. And it's an event once everybody goes. That's why they're bugging me so much. They said, well, even if we could just get a couple weeks notice, we can go. I said, well, no, you can't. We can't put on that kind of a show. That takes a long time to put that on, but we will do it. So we're working on that. We probably Vegas or in Florida or in Mexico or the Caribbean. But it'll be someplace nice where you'll be able to bring your family and do a vacation at the same time and have time with your family, and your family can have fun. And that heavily discounted rates because we get net wholesale rates for everybody when they go, or it's even travel agent rates in many of the places that we go to. So
Yeah, just not April, just not August or November, because November is Lorna's birthday and we're going on a cruise leaving out of Galveston. So we can celebrate.
Galveston's a nice place to go out of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so what do you guys want to cover? Let's cover again how people get a CLIA card and also their IATAN card.
So those are two industry standard cards that are out there. So CLIA, what we said is Cruise Lines International. And that's basically, to get a CLIA card, you have to be accredited with an agency, or can go on and you can buy you can pay, and they will take a couple of tests, and then they will give you your CLIA card. But the CLIA is all education about the cruise line industry and what they do. And to go in and become a master, they have different levels of the CLIA card certification. And those different levels give you different amounts of benefits. So if you, by earning a CLIA card, you can join several of the fantastic rate at Marriott, and you can cruise lines will recognize that and give you cruise line discounts for CLIA. And CLIA is a wealth of knowledge and university and teaching and classes and courses that they teach. So, and they're all self-directed, and you can take as many as you want, and they're all online, so you don't have to be on class at a certain time. So you can take them on your time frame. IATAN is basically a master traveler card. So basically, that means that you're a bit in the industry and you have to have sold at least $10,000. $10,000. I have to do at least $5,000 in commission. So basically, we get 10% commission. So you would probably have to do about $50,000 in sales, and you get the IATAN card. And so that's for the master, and that's the highest one of the highest ones in the travel industry. It means that you're a travel agent, and they will give you discounts, and they will treat you. They give you the extras when you go to hotels or you check in, and try to make it comfortable for you, because they know that you are a booking travel agent. We have several travel agents that just come on and try things, but the booking ones, they really treat nicely. I don't know, John, is there anything else you want to say about CLIA?
The only thing I'd recommend not joining now, because this is October and it expires in December, and they don't give any discounts on CLIA card. It's I don't know, $125 a year, whatever it is. There is a early sign up that when I do that, the first 25 or 50, whatever they change every year, re-register during that time. It's $49. So I just don't tell anybody when I do it, because everybody wants to try to get that $49 deal instead of the $100 deal. So I don't let anybody in the staff on CLIA. So the only people that are qualified to do that is all the outside agents. So there's some good deals. Otherwise, it's $125. But with that, you can join Hotel Excellence and get Marriott Hotel Excellence program worldwide. And there's a lot of other perks with you can join CLIA 360, get your certification, and it goes on and on. And there's no volume requirement. In other words, you don't have so much you have to do to do CLIA. And you just go into cruising.org and log in under our IATA, and it'll bring it up, and you join under our umbrella. And it's I would probably do it in December so that you'll have it for the whole year. It takes about 2 weeks to get your card and sign up for Hotel Excellence and travel. I mean, I stayed in Amsterdam at a Renaissance hotel for $54 a night. That was the fee at that hotel was $550 a night for a regular room, and I got a deluxe room for $54 a night. So it's worldwide. You can go anywhere. I stayed at the Ritz-Carlton for $79 instead of $800. So there's a lot of good things to stay with in Hotel Excellence. So just do it. You get away for a weekend. For that price, you can go away during the week or on a weekend somewhere just for fun, because it's so inexpensive.
Exactly. Well, let's talk a little bit more about cruises. First, I'm going to touch on the passports. So a lot of people are asking this. So as long as you travel from a U.S. port and back to the U.S. port, you don't need a passport. But for my clients, I always suggest that you do have a passport, it's a little bit easier. Otherwise, you're lugging, all your paperwork everywhere. Kind of tell my clients how important that is, and it's really cheap. It's a little over $100 to get your passport.
Yeah, passports are very, very important. Basically, you're right. It's not technically necessary to have a passport if you get on the U.S. and get off on the U.S. But if you're going down to like Mexico, and that your ship key will get you on, and its ID will get you on and off the ship. But if anything happens to you while you're down there, or you get stuck, or anything happens, any kind of a thing, they won't recognize your driver's license or anything without a passport if you're an American citizen. And sometimes it's very hard to get back into the United States without your passport.
Exactly.
And John, you're on mute. John, you're on mute if you're saying something.
Yeah, you have to have the passport to be able to fly. We had people that went down there on one of the cruise lines that broke at sea. They had to fly them back. And if you didn't have a passport, you couldn't fly back. Many of them just had their birth certificate, so they had to be flown to Tijuana and then Uber across or taxi across, because you could with your birth certificate. And that's the only way you get back. And it's long and it's cumbersome. And I tell you what, why, if you get your passport, get both a card and the passport.
Peasy.
Yep.
If you're going to be in a business and you got people who want to travel, tell them to get their passport. It's just so easy. I don't know why you want to.
2-3 weeks. It's super quick. Yeah.
One time you put up with that frustration, you're going to say that was worth $100 for me just to not to have to put up with that frustration.
Yep.
So it's that big of a deal.
And the card is really
and
nice.
We have a thing that through the mobile app that we provide for you, you can get through customs in a snap. If you go on a cruise ship and you come back on your birth certificate, you're going to stand in that line for a long time. It's just the way.
So what's the mobile app? I did not know about that one.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, good.
So you can send it to everybody.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about before we close out, I'm going to go a little bit long today because I'm not vaccinated, and I have several cruises coming up next year and possibly one here in December. So right now, 3 days before you take your cruise, that is all that's required. So I'm pretty excited.
No, let me tell you when it came out, effective next week. NCL came out, Carnival, and the rest of them are going to follow suit. If if you're deporting from a U.S. state, you do not have to have testing. You don't have to have vaccination or anything. You can just go. Now, if you go to a port that requires a testing and a vaccine, then you have to have it before you get on. Right now, they're disappearing fast. Even Canada is not requiring testing or vaccination to go into Canada. So
I know that. So yeah, that's cool.
It's gone away fast. The only place I know that requires it is Greece. That's all. So other than that, I think this vaccine crap is done. So there's been enough studies.
So when is that effective? Because I just talked to Carnival today, and they said that the 3 days still required.
Well, when are you cruising?
April.
Nah.
Yeah, you won't need it in December.
That'll change by then. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, NCL came out first with it on the news. I have the article, and I'll forward it to you, Cindy, and to you, Scott. I have the article at NCL that all the other cruise lines are following. Came out this morning, 7:00 this morning.
That's awesome. Yeah, because NCL is close to my heart because I used to be a cook on there way back in the mid 2000s. So
no vaccine, no test, no vaccine, no testing, nothing.
Awesome. That is so amazing. Yeah, because it's 3 years since I've taken a cruise. 2019.
Yeah. Well, getting you on the next one, so that's exciting.
Exactly. So let's do a recap on the cruise. Is there anything you want to talk about my cruise, either John or Scott?
No, your cruise is going to be very fun and exciting, and like I said, and you've got some good amenities going for it, and it is over the National Prime Rib Day, so I would, we're, it's great, and come on and join the fun. And Cindy's going to has lots of fun things planned for everybody.
Yeah, it's just a little quicker call to action, though. The $50 payment is actually due next Monday, and the final payment of $450 is due by the 5th of November. Or you could pay $500 out of the gate. And so a lot of people who don't know about cruising, if they're new to cruising, you will not get your cabin assignment until you actually pay that $500. So you could do $50 and $450 to equal $500, or the straight $500. but we're running out of cabins. I mean, the balcony is getting really slim, and yeah, it's getting the same for inside because we're looking into the holidays. So people are thinking holidays, and the February, March, April era for for booking their cruise. So, any other tips about new cruisers for you guys before we close out?
For new cruisers, I would just tell them to get out there and go. But I said some of the things that is, if they don't have a passport, get a passport. Everybody tells them, well, my birth certificate is good. You'll spend days. Get a passport.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
Get a passport. Get both of them. It's only $65 for the card, but the card is good for everything except flying. But if it fits in your pocket and your wallet perfectly, and you don't have to take anything off the ship if you have your little card, passport card. It's great. And if you have to replace your passport and you got your passport card, it's so much easier. So I just tell them to do that. And I also tell first-time cruisers that they always, I want the cheapest there is. I said, okay, the cheapest is inside cabin. Before I sell you that inside cabin, go home and sleep in your closet for a couple of days and let me know if you like that. Why not pay a couple extra bucks and sit outside on the balcony and have your breakfast delivered to you and sit out there? There's nothing like it.
Exactly. And if you are going to do an inside, or if you're going to do any kind of cruise, just get educated, do your research, and you want to be midship. You definitely don't want to be forward because you're surfing with the ship. You're going to feel everything up front there.
Exactly. And then I always say too is, make sure that you get on, go on and book on, and get your money and do it as early as possible, and make sure that you get, the seating assignment you want, the dinner, there's choices, and there's choices all through it. And you can talk to a travel advisor about it, but there's dinner choices, which one do you want, early or late seating, or do you want to go on these excursions? And do you want, and to make sure you get the best opportunities while you're doing this, make sure you kind of get on early and plan things early and do a little bit of research about what the cruise ships offering and your options that you're going to pick from, because if you wait till the day you get on, your options are all chosen for you, right? No decision is the worst decision of all sometimes. So make sure you get on there and do that.
And one thing I want to touch on for new cruisers, because a lot of you don't know this, if you're going to a cruise line website, the cheapest cruise is called Guarantee. So what that means is you're going on the cruise, but you don't get the assignment of your cabin until you actually check in. So that's super important. So if you see a cabin rate that's really low cost, that's because it's the guaranteed. So you want to get middle of the road. You never want to get the cheapest one because you won't get your cabin assignment right away.
Hey, listen, guys, I got to run. I got my turn to call, and I forgot about it. So let me get back. And thank you very much, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family.
Well, awesome. Scott, anything else before we close out?
No, I think that will do it. So I appreciate the opportunity to come on again, and I appreciate what you're doing. This is exciting. I've been on a couple and watched several of your bucket list coach stuff, and you do a really good job, and you have very interesting guests and have gone way out, and it's just been a very interesting every time I've watched you. So congratulations on the show, and keep going, and also your adventures with travel agent. It's been great working with you.
Oh, thank you so much. And in closing, tell my audience how important it is to make the most of that dash, to live your ultimate dream trip.
Yep.
Tell my audience how you want to just figure out the rest of the year on some little trips you can do or some larger trips you can do. And what's really important with a lot of people say they don't have the money to travel. And we have the Viator website. So you can go. I mean, I just went on a dolphin excursion the other day. That was $35 a person. How are you going to create a long-lasting memories the rest of the year?
Exactly.
What are you going to do? You, Scott, what are you going to do?
I'm working on a cruise for over Thanksgiving, and I'm going to go down and see if I can do a golf one down in California. And I'm actually, right after the first of the year, I'm planning on maybe an Israel trip, so that's kind of fun.
Okay.
So I'll look at it for a lot of fun things. So I love to travel, and I love to do things, and I don't like to just sit home and hear about everybody else going. So
of course you're going to be visiting me in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be
exactly. So it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to that too. And it's at a ribbon cutting event cutting event for you. So that's great.
Yeah, November 2nd. Yes. So I'm going to pop you in the green room and just hang tight for a few. Thank you. So make sure that you make that most of the dash. We are here today, gone tomorrow. We do not know our very last day. So no excuses that you can't take a vacation. There's so many amazing destinations here, right here in Southern California, Northern California, or wherever you live. You could take a mini vacation for under $100. So if you have any questions, just go to mexicobucketlistcruise.com for our upcoming cruise. If you want to just get amazing travel benefits just for your very own travel, please get back to the person who sent you to this video. And this is Cindy over at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Shaka, baby.